one other line I love very much from the four religious documents of of Virginia, mostly on religious liberty. This is from Virginia's Declaration of Rights, which is 1776, George Mason author. But this last section, 16, is Madison's. That religion or the duty which we owe to our Creator. And the founders, particularly the Virginians, thought this was a self-evident proposition. That if you think about what a creator is and what a creature is, the duty of the latter is just pressing. And it's self-evident. You owe everything to the Creator. So that religion or the duty which we owe to our Creator and the manner of discharging it can be directed only by reason and conviction. And this is the great insight of the Christian faith, that God is to be imagined as insight and judgment, that is, as reason and conviction. Not will, not arbitrary will, not power, but in the beginning was the Word, the insight into all the things that were to come, the active intelligence of which everything is born, and their connections. And this religion can be directed, therefore, only by reason and conviction, not by force or violence. And therefore, all men are equally entitled to the free exercise of religion. You know, some receive it at one point in their lives, others in another point, sometimes in turmoil, sometimes in rejection. So equally entitled to the free exercise of religion according to the dictates of conscience, and that it is the mutual duty of all to practice Christian forbearance, love, and charity toward each other. What I love about it is that the language of the conclusion, to practice Christian forbearance, love, and charity toward each other. In announcing religious liberty for all, it does it in a completely Christian language. And I think, as a matter of fact, only Christian language is able to handle it. You have to have a God who wishes to speak only to the conscience of persons, and one and another, and who wants to be worshipped by women and men who are free, who choose him. It's not the worship of slaves who submit to him. My favorite images for this are, I think of pictures of Saint Joan of Arc, the leader of all France. And she's usually pictured kneeling erect with her eyes to the sky. This is a strong, free warrior. And then the picture, the symbol of Islam, is of the ruler or the man touching his head to the floor and his forehead to the floor. In real, total submission. It's two very different gods. One a God of will, and you must accept his will no matter what. And one a God of conscience and light, who created the world in light, wants you to come to it in light, and only values your coming to him in light. These are very, very different fundamental realities, and we will see the history of these two realities played out over the next 100 or 2 years.